So Paul, would you like to pull up your slides when you get a moment, and I'll introduce everyone to you. So our second speaker this morning is Paul Hughes from Integra Systems. Paul founded Integra in 1991, and since then he has built Integra into a leading, award-winning Australian industrial development and advanced manufacturing company. With a focus on digitisation, he believes that the future of the Australian manufacturing is solid for those who are willing to be agile, flexible, and responsive to the dynamic market forces. So I'd like to welcome Paul as our second speaker this morning.
Yeah, thanks, Talia. Hang on, I'll just pull up this screen. Hope can everyone see that screen sharing now?
Yep, thanks, Paul.
Yeah. So thanks, Talia. And really appreciate the opportunity provided by Northlink to be part of this digital festival. I'd like to share a little bit about our journey and what we've created at Integra. So we're basically a design-led sheet metal manufacturing company, and our production consists of many high-tech machines plus some older, not older machines, but less technology sort of enabled machines. So what we quite a few years back, we set about creating a integrated kiosk system at each machine, that we could have at each work centre, but consolidating a whole lot of back-end systems into one usable front-end, user-friendly sort of front-end interface. So initially it was an internally driven endeavour. So we really wanted to streamline all our processes and make things as user-friendly in the production environment as we could. So we had our ERP system, which most businesses have got. We had our CAD system, different business systems, our accounting system running in the background, and we wanted to basically combine all those into a user-centric environment in the factory for the purpose of optimising our business performance, improve customer satisfaction, increase staff empowerment and satisfaction. We found that people outside of work, young people we've got quite a young team in both the design and the production environment, and people were really comfortable with using, their digital devices, their mobile phones and all that, but they were less savvy at reading two-dimensional drawings. So we really set about creating an environment in the production environment that was familiar to everyone, a lot more, putting the tools that they would use at home into their hands within the business as well. So, and also being a solution provider in manufacturing, a lot of our external customers, the kiosk, for example, that we've developed is a typical thing that we would do for some of our other customers like Coles or Milwaukee or, various customers who we work for. So embracing and implementing our own system was a real learning process for us as well, that we could apply to external customers. And now that we realise we've really created a completely commercial product out of our Industry 4 solution. So who's been part of our journey? So, well, really a huge part of our journey is our amazing team. And I think it's to go on a journey down the Industry 4 path. It's really about leading from the top and creating a culture that facilitates it to happen. If people don't understand what you're doing or what your end goal is, you're never going to get there. You've really got to bring your team along. So that was a real key part of our journey. We've also had a lot of supporters. So Hume Council supported us quite a bit with this endeavour during the COVID time, and Oz Industry, and also now Northlink. So yeah, look, it's been a whole team thing to really pull this together, and it's been, you know, really listening to our customers and our internal people, well, our team, to really develop and refine the system. So we began in 2018, so it's been quite a long journey, and we really, and I think it started out as I mentioned, to satisfy, you know, optimise our own facility and embrace Industry 4. We basically started out with realising that well, to connect some of our older machines to a system to measure real-time productivity out of our machines and compare the actual cycle time with what we had quoted in our ERP system. I think most businesses are kind of going down the path of an ERP system, but it doesn't really fit with agility. It kind of takes away agility out of businesses. So we found it's better to look at the data in real time and compare it with what we quoted, so that we can make real decisions at the while the job is progressing, rather than trying to analyse it too far after the job. So I've probably digressed a little bit, but I suppose COVID was a real catalyst for change for us. By embracing this Industry 4 journey, like we had been on it for quite a while prior to COVID, but by embracing it during COVID, it gave, well, ourselves as a management team, but also our whole team, a purpose, a thing that we were, while other businesses were retracting, we were really pushing ahead in the COVID era to really create something for ourselves. And it was actually, at the time, we brought our customers and suppliers along for the journey as well. And, you know, I'd quite often get on the phone with one of our key suppliers and sort of share learnings that we were going through during that time. And I could then report them onto our team, and they could report to their team. So it really gave everyone a sense of purpose during that time, and really confidence that we were creating something and that we were in this for the long haul, because everything we were doing was focused to the time beyond COVID, not focused during COVID. So I've talked quite a bit about the system, so I thought I'd just play a little bit of a video about what it actually looks like. So I'll just, hopefully this starts. Let's start this. Yeah, so hopefully that gives everyone a bit of an idea about what the system is. So it's really, you know, as you can see, it's like a big iPad in the workplace. So it's putting all the tools into the most current information and the most current or the most technologically advanced tools into the hands of our operators. And recently we underwent, well, we've undergone a couple of quality audits by large defence companies. One common theme that both of those companies said about our system is that we're giving our workers plus our customers and suppliers kind of a window into our business, and we've really kind of simplified, collated a lot of information in the background to simplify the operation of the business in the foreground. So it really provides that level of transparency for our customers and suppliers, and a window into how we operate. Just one of the features of the thing is that we've got a video, Zoom video embedded into the system that we can dial in our customers at any time to ask questions about a particular job or troubleshoot things from the shop floor. So yeah, it's really engaging, expanding that engagement with our customers to really create transparent environment and a really good environment for our workers. So where it's heading, we're always, it's, you know, it's a work in progress. So whilst it's a completely commercial product and offering at the moment, we're always pushing ahead. So we're creating a digital twin for our production environment where, you know, which is essentially in the form of a dashboard that completely mirrors the whole, what's going on in our production as a production control tool. We're expanding further into AI. We've been working with Melbourne University on some AI algorithms that will plug in to help with our scheduling, because scheduling through ERP becomes a bit of a pain point when you are trying to operate in a very agile way. We're looking, so with our assembly instructions for the team, we've gone a lot into animated assemblies. So some of our more complex assemblies, we break down into a series of animations, which we're now going further into augmented reality to assist with assembly. Our production is basically completely paperless now, so you won't see a paper traveller or any drawings going around with the job. It's all through the digital environment. We're looking into a lot more cobots to assist with our operation. We've currently got some cobots running to assist with welding and also some assembly tasks, and looking at how we can integrate that into our Industry 4 solution. And yeah, and basically packaging this whole system up now as a commercialised solution that we can sell to other manufacturers. And it doesn't need to be manufacturers in sheet metal like us. It can be food manufacturers. It could be, yeah, it's across any sort of manufacturing environment. Yeah, so hopefully that provides a bit of an overview of our journey and what we're offering, and happy to take any questions, and yeah, feel free to contact me. We can do online demonstrations or customer visits following the lockdown. So yeah, I'd be happy to discuss it in more detail with anyone who's interested.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Paul. And it was so great to have that visual representation of the system that you've put together, and really sort of helped me get my mind around it, I think. And it's awesome also just to hear a story where, you know, you've been able to use COVID and pivot using this technology to kind of, you know, support your growth as well. So yeah, thank you again for your time. So we've got a couple of questions coming in. Jess from MBN is just saying it's so interesting. I agree with you there, Jess. First one we've got here is, Have these tools helped you to respond better to external challenges such as COVID? And if so, how?
Yeah, look at, I suppose just that level of transparency, has really, like we've always, we're a very, like we've promoted openness as much as we can throughout our culture and our business. And I think during COVID, agility has been, something that's been a real key for manufacturing. If you can respond in an agile way, and operate at speed, but with accuracy as well. That's been a real key. So being able to provide our people with the most up-to-date information that's correct at any time has been a real key thing. And I suppose for defence-related work, looking for maximum agility, but also, high quality. And I think a tool like what we've employed here, rather than sort of the old fashioned sort of trying to inspect or expedite quality into a job, we're kind of making quality an inherent thing by putting the right tools in the people's hands. So it's making it we're really empowering our team. And so I suppose during COVID, it's really helped with that staff engagement and empowerment of our staff, but also the transparency that we've been able to provide our customers by being able to sort of look into our business and kind of visually kind of judge the health of your business during a tough time has been a real plus.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's fantastic. And just touching on, we've got here the defence sector. We've got a question here from Marion. Any security issues, particularly if working with the defence sector?
Yeah, look, it's an internal based system, but there are, obviously there's a lot of, cybersecurity risks coming up all the time. We've actually been approached, through the CDIC, which is the Defence Industry Capability Group. We've just recently undergone a business review, and one of the recommendations was, we've got, what we feel is an appropriate level of cyber security and protection that can always be better. So we're currently working with the CDIC to lift our cybersecurity level. So that's, again, it's a work in progress. So we are at a good level, but can always be better because there's, heaps of threats coming up all the time.
Sure. And I guess also as the creators, you're able to kind of navigate and move that through, which is a really exciting thing. I have another question.
Yeah, you can kind of, respond to those needs. We've got an internal team who are working on this development, which includes an electronics engineer from La Trobe and a computer scientist from the University of Technology in Sydney. And so anything, we can really respond to changes and updates very, very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fantastic. And great to hear that you're sort of having that relationship with the universities and a little bit of a wider scope as well. So just another one here for you, Paul. How do I take on additional training and efforts needed to refine and understand systems when I'm busy running my business?
Yeah, that's a bit of it's one of those things, like it's hard to focus on your internal things, but sometimes just focusing on, small changes internally can give you, far greater benefit. It's sort of like going backwards to go forward. So you've got to really create that mindset in your business that, you just cannot afford not to do some of the productivity enhancements along the way. You've really got to focus on that. Everyone's trying to get as much out the door at the end of the month, but sometimes implementing, starting to implement a system like this can have far greater benefits, you know, in productivity than what you think. And the training, it's kind of like you learn. If you start somewhere with the Industry 4 solution, you learn a lot of it along the way. And if you've kind of got, well, we've got a really young team, and even our production workforce consists of a lot of, you know, young engineering students from La Trobe, who, or largely from La Trobe, but from a lot of different universities who work with us on a casual basis. You know, they're bringing, you know, if you provide them with the tools and the platform, they can bring a huge amount of learning to your business. And it's sort of like I'm learning stuff all the time from them. So it's kind of like putting the tools in their hands, and they'll bring the learnings to you. So it's not sort of a specific training course or anything. It's about sort of empowering your people, and they bring the ideas to you.
Yeah. And I guess, you know, from the students' perspective, it's great to just have that tangible element of that, you know, putting what they've learned into practice as well. And that's a really exciting place for them to be.
Yeah, they love it. And it's like, it's you know, not all the glamorous side of it, like the software side of it and all that. A lot of it's operating the machines or whatever, but they're learning really hands-on experience that they can apply to their design or, so apply to their whole career.
Okay, I think we have time for probably one more question, Paul. Just making sure that I haven't missed any here. Okay, what do you see as the core benefit of digitising? Is it to better customer service, staff satisfaction, business efficiency? Where do you sort of see that fitting?
Yeah, I think it's all of those. You know, I think employee satisfaction's a big thing. Streamlining, you know, we've got a fairly, I suppose, complicated manufacturing business because we do so many different products for so many different people. But something like this kind of really untangles that, you know, so that the back-end processes can be relatively complicated from the design process and that. But then once we're presenting it to the team in the most uncomplicated way. So employee satisfaction, yes, so customer satisfaction, yeah, streamlining of your business processes. Yeah, so it's across many different levels. And I think also as a business owner, you know, it's a huge amount of satisfaction to see something like this happening and developing all the time. Yes, I really enjoy that, and I enjoy, you know, watching, you know, having the young people and watching the young people sort of embrace it and go forward with it. That's a lot of satisfaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Kind of a lot of different levels.
No, that's definitely something that's very exciting, and it's been fantastic to kind of have you know, you here to talk about that. I'm conscious, everyone, that we only have a few seconds until we're moving out. So I just wanted to say thank you both to Catherine and Paul for your time today. It's been really fantastic just to hear from you both, and, you know, have this platform to engage and learn from what you're doing.